it'll be a big challenge for us, regardless of if we had all of our players out there. So they've got a very good skill group. They've been prolific scoring the football, moving the football. So our guys have had a really good week of practice, and I know that if we have to, go into that game with some different guys, that they're going to be well prepared, and that we're going to put in a game plan that gives them a chance to go out and compete. But this is a very good team that we're playing.
Would you see her start for Bryce at star? Is that the plan?
That would probably be the direction if Bryce can't go, yeah.
And then just with Derwin out, considering all of the different jobs that he does, how does that change the way you prepare and the way you call a game defensively?
Yeah, you may scale back some groupings, for sure, where, that are kind of specific to Derwin, but we'll see if that happens. But the thing is, our guys that are going to go out there have played in games, and we know how to use them. And then we know, the group that we're playing against, and we're going to try and play to the strengths of the group like we always do. And, again, give them a game plan that they can go out and compete and execute. So I've been really pleased with the way we practiced this week, and I'm excited to see our guys on Sunday night.
Have you decided who would come on in dime packages?
Yeah, it could be a combination of play, in terms of what type of 6DB grouping. Whether we would bring in another corner or safety, I think that would probably depend. But, Raheem Lane, JT Woods, Keemon Hall, all those guys have been trained in our 6DB packages. So, I guess you'll see on Sunday night.
Foster, he's going to start at right tackle again, is that the plan?
Yeah, Foster's going to start. Trey's going to be probably another week.
And then just one area you guys had a lot of production last year on offense was like on the advantage calls that you guys had on run plays where you isolate Mike and get him on a smoke route or a slant or something like that. Just it feels like you guys haven't had that as much this year. Obviously Mike's been out, Keenan's been out.
Yeah.
Is that accurate, I guess, to say that like maybe you guys haven't gotten as much production in that area?
Yeah, I think it's fair to say.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's fair to say. Last year it was a big part of our operation. I think that certainly those are guys that do that at a high level. And you're always trying to build in those types of plays, but sometimes it's the look. But, last year there was a lot of that production in that phase, the RPO phase, movement phase, that, when a lot of things happen to your team, you're changing a little bit. You can't just be same as, So we've had to make a lot of those adjustments. And but, hopefully when we can get this group back together, we can finish, the season playing our best football on offense.
And then just on that same note, how much that sort of losing that part of your offense, I guess not entirely, but losing some of that, how do you think that has affected like the run game? Because obviously when your guys are doing that last year, they have to respect the fact that if they isolate Mike, you're going to go to that.
Sure.
That opens things up. In the rushing attack, do you feel like that's been maybe a factor in how you guys have run the ball?
Yeah, when you have premium players on the field, it creates more space for others. So it's about spacing, and it's about respect of all 11 on the field. So when you have Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Josh Palmer, Gerald Everett, and Austin on the field, there's the respect for all 5 players, and it creates more space for everybody. And when I say everybody, all those guys, the quarterback, the line, it creates more space. So it's going to be exciting to get this group back. And like I said, our big goal is to play a football game in this game, to play our best in this game, put a good plan for this game, and go execute. And so, like I said, it's been a good week of practice with this team, and we're excited to go play.
You're trying to make a run down the stretch, and you have a team where the majority of guys haven't done that. They haven't been there to the postseason. Just the mental side of things. How do you coach that? How do you get guys to understand what it takes to go down the stretch?
Yeah, I think if you look at the construction of this team, we have a lot of guys who have been there. We just haven't had guys that have been there with the Chargers. And I think that was the goal for us, was to bring in as many people who have had that type of pedigree to our organization. And then the challenge is for us to do it together here. And so I think when you look at our team, we have had players who have done that. But the challenge is to do it here and do it together, and that's what we're searching. And I think that it takes time for a team to come together. When it happens during a season, it's always different depending on how the season goes. But I like the group that we have out there, because I do think that we have the experience. I do think that we have the caliber players to win, this week. And to win these games down the stretch that you need to win. And it's your team coming together, though, to utilize all that experience that they have to make it happen here.
As you guys kind of go in, is there a silver lining to the fact that Justin's really needed to look to Josh Palmer, look to DeAndre Carter more, and then you get Mike back?
Yeah, Lindsay. I think with things that have happened to our team, it creates opportunities for others. And Gerald and Dre and Josh, those guys are having career years. And I think that's something that you're excited about. When you talk about silver linings, you're just, hey, the truth of the season is those guys have had to step up, and they have stepped up. They haven't just been out there playing; they've been playing well for us. So then when you get your guys back, now they have even more confidence in their game, and then you probably have even more confidence in them and activating them in some ways that maybe you didn't before. So. Those guys have really held the rope for us this year. I'm really proud of those guys. And then, hopefully we can get this group back together. DP, I don't want to leave him out, but we get everybody back together here down the stretch, and hopefully we can play, the way that we're capable of.
Expect to activate Donald tomorrow?
We're going to see. We wanted him to practice this week. And get a full week of practice, and then we'll kind of make those determinations. But if not this week, then soon.